Hello everyone, this is Jason Gillette, and today I'm just going to make a quick information tutorial video on this 2025 Ford Transit van. Just going to walk you through the information display right in here, and this is where a lot of the information and settings are on this vehicle, so let's check it out together. First of all, I'm going to give you an idea of the controls. So on your steering wheel there are some controls. You have a back button. You can toggle this up or down or press it in for OK, and you have a menu button. Oftentimes to get into a menu, there's no arrow button to push over, so you actually just hit the end menu button. I'll explain that when we're in the menus. You do have some other controls on here that's not going to be for the screen really. You have phone controls, voice recognition, and to change the radio stations. I mean, you could look at some of that in there, but it's not really going to be what we're going to use it for. And then on this side, it does have the cruise control settings, including that adaptive cruise, and it does have your volume controls and mute button. So really, we're just going to go through some of the menu options. So right in here, the first thing I'm just going to walk you through is on the left-hand side, you can see I'm toggling through some menus. So these are all different menus on here, and let's just start at the My View. So when you're in My View, you can see I've got a digital speedometer, and if I hit the menu button, so I just hit this button here, that's going to toggle us into some options. So we can choose what's in My View. In My View, we've got the digital speedometer. I can also select fuel economy if I wanted. Again, if I go in, I can select trip or audio. I can select a calm screen, which gives me very little content. I like the digital speedometer, so I'm going to leave it on that one. That's the star. That's what's going to set up when I see My View. Scrolling down to the next screen, this is driver assistance. Again, hitting the menu button to operate what we have in driver assistance. I've got traction control turned on. If I hit blind spot, I just have to hit OK, can go in there. I've got blind spot on. I can actually set blind spot for trailers as well. I don't have that set up right now. I'm going to back out. I'm going to go down, pre-collision assist, hit OK, go in. You can actually have distance indication where it'll show you how far you are before you, going to hit someone. And you can change your sensitivity. It also has active braking. So if it feels like you're going to run into somebody from the front, it's going to put the brakes on. Again, into sensitivity, hit OK. You can go low, normal, or high. I'm going to back out of that menu. Back out again. And then we're going to go down to the next item, which is lane keeping sensitivity. Hit OK. You can go in. Right now we have alert and aid. If we hit OK, we can change that to just aid, just alert, or again, alert and aid. And again, we can go into the intensity. We can also go into sensitivity on this one, and we can do an increased sensitivity. So you've got a couple different ways to change how that works. Backing out again, we go down one more, driver alert. This is if you're on a longer drive, it's going to just give you a little cup of coffee after maybe an hour or so, letting you know, hey, make sure you're focused on the task at hand. I've got that turned on right now. Cross traffic alert. So this is just a simple toggle on, toggle off switch, just like driver alert above it is. So if you hit the check mark, turned off or turned on. And cross traffic means if you've got it in reverse, it's going to alert you if any vehicles are coming from the side, if those vehicles, are in your path of backing up. So that's just an alert. Go down. Cruise control. So we go into cruise control. We can either have adaptive, where it slows you down with the vehicle in front of you. You can set the distance, or we can have it normal. It's just old-fashioned cruise control. Down one more, and we're back to the top of traction control. So that's the driver assist menu. Back out of that, we go down one. We are in navigation. So it just shows us a compass and what town we're in currently. Hit the menu option. We can go in and we can set up some destinations like my home, look at previous destinations, look at favorites, look at point of interest nearby, or back to the top of my home. Back out of that, go down, and we can go at what's playing on the radio. You can see we're on Sirius XM channel 50 right now. Again, we can hit the menu button, and we can go through some presets. We can put it in AM, FM, satellite radio. If you happen to have a Bluetooth streaming device hooked up, you can also see that, but we don't have that device hooked up right now, so you don't see that in there. Back out of here, go down. Now, if we had a phone connected, we could go in by menu and see recent calls and see some information. There's no phone connected to this vehicle right now. Go down, and we can go into settings. Again, hitting the menu button, we can go into information, hit OK, and we can go into the intelligent all-wheel drive and see how that's working. It'll show us where it's putting the power. Back out of that, we can go to seat belts. and we can see if we're buckled up or not. Back out of that, and we go down to display. Now we can go into whether it's English, what measurement units we want, temperature, tire pressure, and basically just change all those different units. Back out of here, driver assistance. If we enter into here, it again brings us back into some of the safety features. Vehicle settings. This is 30-minute max idle, whether things are chiming at us, how our lighting is working, locks. And again, any of these, if we want, we just hit the OK button, goes in, chimes, shows us the information. Lighting, this is going to let us know if we want to have our auto high beams on, or if we want to set our auto headlamp, we can set it to off, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 120 seconds. And that's how long the headlights will shut off after we turn the vehicle off. Back out of here, locks, we go into this menu, and you've got auto unlock. So right now that's checked on. So basically my locks, when I put it in park, it'll unlock the doors, or it'll lock the doors, sorry, when I start driving. When I hit in park, it'll auto unlock. Feedback, so whether I have it chirp it mute the horn or the lights flash, and I've got them both turned on. And then mislock chirp. So this one is if you haven't locked your doors and you left it running, is it going to give you a little chirp? And global unlock. You know what, you guys? Every once in a while I get a little bit stumped. So global unlock, I'm going to have to go in and do a little research on that. I'll let you know in the comments about global unlock. Switches inhibit. So this is to, if you want to be able to basically not have other people use the switches, you can turn that on or off. And then we have intelligent access. So when you put your hand in the door handle, does it unlock? And then back to the top. Back down here, so we can go into remote start, and we can set on whether the system's on or off, if climate control is automatic, or if it's the last settings, seats, if they're automatic or off, and the duration, if it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. Back out of here, go down, we have wipers, which you have a courtesy wipe, which I have turned on. So that's after you've used the windshield wipers, just gonna wipe one more time to get that last little bit of residue or anything that might be on the wipers. And then we have rain sensing. So it's automatic. The windshield will sense moisture and turn the wipers on automatically. Go down one more and we're back to the top. Back out of here and we go down to vehicle maintenance. Go into vehicle maintenance. This is the oil life. We have remaining oil life if we want to reset it. Tire pressure, we can go in and take a look and see what the tire pressures are all set at, and they'll all be at cold pressure, sometimes a little bit different readout until we start driving. Also, if the vehicle's been sitting a little bit, you might not get exact accurate tire pressure, so bear in mind if these look out a PSI or two, it's often just because you haven't driven the vehicle for a while or they're cold pressure. As we kind of go out of here, we go back down to the top. Now back to the top, which is information. All right, backing out of this, go down another one. This is just going to give us some information on drive time, economy, distance to empty. If we hit menu, we can go in and decide if we're doing trip 1, trip 2, resetting the individual values. So I can reset just one at a time, or I can reset all of them. So, and I just have to press this down for a second. You can see the blue line go across. Now I've reset all the values. We can configure the view if we want. We can see which of those values is coming up. So I can only value these 3. I have to turn 1 off to value another one. Or 4, sorry. I can't have 5, but I can have 4. And you can have average speed or instantaneous fuel economy, which I don't have set right now. Going down and back out, that's all that menu has. And we're back to my view. So that is essentially everything you can do in this little display here. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Do me a huge favor and click subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and click the bell icon. You'll be notified every time I make a video. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any comments or want to see anything else like this content, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.